Hey, what's going on, weeaboos? This is ya boy Kingu, and today is a bit of a somber day. Unfortunately, I decided to book a trip to Japan when a major typhoon was hitting the country. It's not so big of a deal. I'm losing a day, which sucks, but what are you gonna do? It gives me time to just sort of relax and stay in the hotel, which is kind of dumb when you're on vacation in a foreign country, but whatever, I'm over it. I'm hoping to get out of here tomorrow and head down to Kyoto. So, for today, just gonna try to hang out. There's really not gonna be any footage for today, but I have maybe something I can show you. I don't want to make light of it because it was a pretty serious situation, but Typhoon Hagibis was really problematic for Japan, otherwise known as Reiwa Gannen Higashi Nihon Typhoon. This was an extremely powerful typhoon that was really busting up the country. It first formed on October 4th and hit peak intensity on October 7th, and it lasted all the way up until October 20th. Now, of course, there were varying levels of damage to different places, but in Tokyo, there were plenty of spots that got completely busted up. It was incredibly costly as well. The total damages were something over $15 billion. Complete with plenty of rain, really powerful winds up to like 120 miles per hour, and even landslides being caused because of this. It was no joke. Potentially most horrifying was the beautiful visage of the purple sky that predated the incredible storms that ravaged the country. One last scene of beauty before the destruction finally began. So if it seems like I'm ever being silly and talking about it in a joking way, it was just because I was trying to convince myself I was in less danger than I was. The winds were shaking the hotel I stayed at, which was really scary. But at this point, I was basically saying, well, since I'm here, there's really not much I can do. So if I perish, then that sucks. But I gotta be honest, the entire time I was really worried about what would come next. It even disrupted my travel. I would have been in Kyoto a day sooner, but unfortunately, this was what I ended up with. Finally. Lapras. What? That's it? Did I even get a rare in that one? To be honest, it's not a bad pull to get Aerodactyl GX in one of the 4 packs that I bought. I got these at a convenience store for 150 yen a piece, so I think I made out. And with that out of the way, let's move on to this adorable little white box. What could be in there? Well, let's bust it open. I know what it could be. These are actually snails. They're cute little snail toys, and each one has a food item as its back. And there's a funny little comic here showing the ice cream snail and many ants coming to attack it for food. A bit gross, but whatever. Oh, I guess that reveals who we got. This one's cute. It's a snail that happens to have an ice cream cone for a back, and the snail itself looks to be made of a vanilla ice cream. Aisukurimu. Soft to servu. Vanilla. So that's pretty much it. I don't really have much else to show you, so I will show you that as a newly reformed Japanese American man, I'm now keeping my coins in a coin purse. And this is, of course, Gegege no Kitaro, which I got at Chaya Kitaro, which is great. It's actually really cute. If I were a woman, I'd be getting all the boys with this. So yeah, just gonna sit here, drink my juice, and watch Japanese TV until the storm clears up, and then maybe walk to Akihabara. Look at what I just found. I've been looking for this for a while. These are the special Emerald Mountain Gundam coffees that I talked about on Weeaboo Wednesday. So, I think I'm gonna have to go ahead and get Char's Red Zaku and RX-78. There's specific buttons for each one, which is amazing. So you can get Hado, you can get the Golf, you can get the RX-78, you can get Zaku, you can get Gun Cannon up here as well. Pretty hilarious stuff, so definitely gonna get one. And I just so happen to be wearing my Xeon hat for the time that I found this, so how fitting is that? I didn't get the one that I wanted at all. I got like the worst one with getting the G armor, but whatever, no big deal. But this one's cool. It says new type and it has a picture of one of our pilots on there too, so that's pretty cute. I gotta read what was on those stickers because very clearly I think that meant that like you had a chance to get those cans or something. I don't know, we'll see. So yeah, I found the one arcade in Akihabara that was open during the typhoon. And you know what? They were smart to do so because I was not the only person in there. And I gotta say, I had a good time and I won a lot of prizes. So that was quite a memory to be made. Winning prizes at an arcade during a typhoon. Not everybody can say they've done that. If you want more details, check out my arcade haul video. Oh, you already know what's about to happen. Kiddo. Okay, so maybe going to Akihabara during a typhoon was a bad idea, but I won prizes, so who cares? I didn't die last night, so yeah, we're packing up the room right now, getting ready to see if we can take the Shinkansen today. So yeah, last night was frightening, but let's go to the Konbini. I'm going to the Konbini. Do you want anything? I had to extend my stay because of the storm. I'm supposed to be in Kyoto right now, but unfortunately that's not the case. Hey, what's up? Oh. So this is the day after. A lot of stuff is still closed, but I'm gonna go out and see what I can find. It's a little windy too. There's a little bit of a breeze, but the sun is shining. It seems that the worst has passed Tokyo at least. Last night was actually really frightening, only because of the fact that after I got back from Akihabara, things started to get really hairy. It started to get really stormy. The wind was what really was freaking me out because on the way back, yeah, the rain was bad. And my joke was that if there's no maids out in Akihabara, then there's a problem. But the big problem was when the wind started because I could actually feel the hotel shaking. And when they close 7-Eleven, you know there's a problem. It seemed though that most of the shops are still closed. As you can see though, there was a lot of places that taped their windows and put up cardboard even, just to make sure that if the winds got too strong and broke anything, that the shattered glass would come into the stores. I'm on a major shopping street and no shops are open right now. I'm really hoping that we can make our way to Kyoto today, only because we sort of lost a day by having to stay in the hotel yesterday, so that kind of sucked, but whatever. At least he's having a good time. There's the notice. And they did indeed close. And there's the boarded windows I was talking about. That was actually pretty smart. They put up a lot of cardboard. A lot of places literally just used like handwritten signs on paper or cardboard. Some places had them typed up, but this was something that just kind of came out of nowhere and people just had to prepare for it. Obviously enough, Japan has to deal with this a lot, so they have to have systems in place. So I'm glad nothing got too bad here, but of course other places it did get worse. I'm on the Shinkansen right now, and it's moving pretty quickly. I'm on the Hikari line, which was actually included with my JR pass, so I was able to get a reservation on this seat, and we are taking a pretty quick trip to Kyoto, which of course is halfway across the country, so pretty cool. So yeah, leaving Tokyo behind us and we're gonna be in a totally new place in less than 4 hours, which is pretty sweet. The seats are pretty roomy, fits my American hamburger butt, and got a little tray. But with some help from a friend, we got onto the Shinkansen and took a relaxing ride to Kyoto. Honestly, this was a great experience. Being able to just look out the window and watch everything go by was super peaceful. So I'm just gonna let this footage play. And as I watched the Shinkansen pull away, I realized something. I'm in Kyoto! Holy sh**. Hey, crappy audio and all, here we are in Kyoto. I'm at this bridge, there's a bunch of water, there was just a crane here. That's B-roll that I'm gonna put in. I don't care, what you gonna do? Once we had settled in, we made our way over to the Gion area, which was actually close to a really famous temple, Kodaiji, which is just a nice Buddhist temple. This place is huge though, so if you don't know what you're doing, you can get lost very easily taking in all the sights. But still, it's really nice. There was a great little taiyaki shop here, so we stopped and got ourselves a little snack, but the rest of the day was just plenty of exploring the area. So rather than detail every little thing, I'll let you guys watch it, because I was running out of battery and I had left one back in Asakusabashi, but a good friend of mine was actually able to retrieve it and send it to me express. So I'm just gonna close this out with some sweet jams and some amazing visuals so that we can relive this journey of mine one more time. Thank you guys so much for watching. It does mean the world to me that you guys tune into these, and I'm having so much fun creating these. So, keep me accountable. Make sure to watch the videos, comment and tell me that you're enjoying these, and like the videos as well. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'm going to link 2 videos on screen from my previous Japanese adventures. Make sure to check them out even if you've already seen them, because clicking them does help the channel. With another chapter of this Japan trip in the books, it's time to say sayonara for now.